Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of The Messenger. I'm really excited to be back. Um, we are in the Forlorn Temple. We just saved the game. We'll go to the shop. I definitely don't have money to buy anything, I don't think. Right? Yeah, no. But, some new chat stuff has opened up. Forlorn Temple, huh? That's a sad one. How so? Haven't paid much attention during history lessons, have you? Adventurer types rarely do. I get it. So the short of it is that your four-headed monster, who would have killed you earlier if that cooler-than-you hero hadn't intervened, that's the Demon King. He brought his armies to the human realm many centuries ago and destroyed their stronghold, forcing them to retreat into hiding. And he's been sitting on their throne ever since. You mean this is all that's left of the human legacy? For what it's worth, I'm sorry. No way. I will go take down that Demon King right now. You wouldn't be the first to try. Well, I can't just stand by while some evil monster gloats over my people's misery. You're still too weak to consider taking on even his second-in-command. I'm going. I bet you can't even make it to the entrance without falling into the pit. Watch me. Oh, I will. Anything you want to chat about? Remember that pit thing. Do you have any stories to share? Of course, here's one for you. There once was a princess looking for a suitable husband. She sent an invitation to all neighboring princes, stating that the main trait she was looking for was sensitivity. Contenders came and went, attempting to pass her test. You will be my guest tonight, the princess would explain. All I need you to do is sleep on a pile of mattresses. The next morning, she would ask them how their night was. I had the best sleep of my life, each would reply, confident they proved they didn't fear the dark, or that they could be easy guests. They were all promptly dismissed. One day, an especially sensitive prince reported he couldn't sleep at all. I don't know what was up with that pile of mattresses, he went on. It looked comfortable enough, and when I laid on it, it felt like I had a fork stuck in my kidney. They got married the next day. Oh, everyone knows that story. There was a pea underneath the pile, so that someone who's extremely sensitive wouldn't be able to sleep. Yes, but have you ever heard what happened after? Huh? For the first few weeks, everything was amazing. The prince would always complain. Just the guy she asked for. When the soup wasn't too hot, it was the cutlery that was too cold. When the music wasn't too loud, the paintings were uninspired. And when the clothes weren't itchy, the poems were predictable. Until one day, just like that, it dawned on the princess. She was in a toxic relationship. Not only was her husband a drag, she had voluntarily picked him out for that exact reason. It dawned on her, just like that, how this whole love story was nothing more than two people whose dysfunctions matched like puzzle pieces. Incredibly humble by regal standards, she realized that she was the only constant in all her problems. Delved into personal growth, then got a divorce. She lived happily ever after. The end. That's it. That's the story. Alright. Here's the chest that we open if we get all the power seals. What's with the big mysterious chest? It appeared when you smashed your first power seal. Yep, that's it. That's all we get for now. The Forlorn Temple. I do like the area music of each place, by the way. It's very fun. Oh, can I not reach there yet? I bet I could. Oh, so close. I'm gonna get it. Here we go. That's why. There's a health refill, but also lots of money up here. Lots of currency. Yes, big rock that looks like a big crystal of money is a big crystal of money. What a guess. So here's the giant pit that the shopkeeper said we probably couldn't make it over. Here we go! He was right. Alright, well, that was, that area's done. We're off. See you next episode. No, I'm just kidding. This is Catacombs. Welcome to the Catacombs, the actual second area of the game. Oh, you scared me. I thought you were an undead. What kind of creature are you? You've never seen a phobican? Phobican? You're a tribe of builders, technically very hardworking, But every one of us is cursed by a unique fear, which we are named after. What's your name? Necro. Necro? So you fear the dead and somehow ended up in the catacombs. Ironic, isn't it? I fell while trying to repair the temple ruins above, and I was instantly paralyzed by all this morbidity. Anyway, thanks for snapping me out of it. I really should get back to work. Goodbye, friend. Yeah, that's it. Just, we gotta find those guys to repair the bridge so we can get across. Bats! Hanging from the walls. Not a surprising enemy. Skeletons. Piles of bones that'll jump up, walk at you when you get close. And the little fire-spitting guys. Like, none of these enemies are difficult. In truth, a lot of the first areas of this game are pretty simple. Not too difficult to get through at all. Oh, we needed that. We could use this. Okay, I forgot that there was another fire spitter guy down there. Or up a little bit to use. Yes. Yeah, like that's a lot of the difficult puzzles is just trying to find ways to get up to platforms and stuff like that and get around them. That's a big old rock with money in it. The first of which I showed you not too long ago. But yeah, even when there's a bunch of enemies, it really isn't too difficult of a game at first. The combat is... The boss encounters and the platforming is where most of the difficulty of this game comes in. Just exploring the levels for a while is not too bad. Come on. This is a sad showing of trying to kill that bat. And there we get a little sneak peek of the boss of the area. A necromancer who has decided to spawn a bunch of enemies for us to fight. Fun thing about the skeletons, you see their walking speed there, and if I jump up onto their plane of, plane of existence, their level, like height level of platform, they actually speed up. And killing all the monsters, let us open the door. Here we are. Just going through the catacombs, all the traps and stuff. Ooh, falling platforms. You can see them over there a little bit more. Kill this guy. Grab a little more coin before we jump in here. I don't think it was necessary. I think it was like 4 coins, realistically. Need anything? Hey, hey, how did that epic raid on the Demon King go? Did you manage to save the world and restore your people's honor? It's not fair, the bridge was in shambles. Well, we wouldn't have much of an adventure if you faced off against the big villain right away, now would we? Turn area. Hey, you made it to the catacombs. Okay, anything I should know? Not really, pretty standard stuff. Skeletons, and bats. Oh, evil wizards too? You bet, a necromancer even took over. Spooky. Cliched. I suggest you get this area out of the way. There are more original ones lined up. Very true. What do you do here? I study magic. Can you teach me? Not really. Why not? Because you're not ready. Ready for what? For magic. Come on, you just asked. No, but I meant, believe me, learning magic is a lot harder than following a conversation. Another story! Here's one for you. There was once a... Excuse me. There was once a poor old lady who had nothing in life, save a small shack and a pear tree. Her name was Madame Misery. Her whole family ate misery, and sometimes there wasn't even enough misery to go around. One day she was visited by a strange, starving beggar, who asked whether she had any food to spare. She didn't, but her heart was as big as her situation was unfortunate. So she served the beggar a few clumps out of the tasteless broth she had simmering, and invited him to help himself to a few pears. The beggar removed his cloak, revealing himself as a deity. He was disguised as a beggar to see whether there was any kindness left in the world. Touched by Madame Misery's generosity, he offered to grant her a wish. Let me guess, she didn't want anything, and it's more about living frugally. No, this is good. Let me continue. She mentioned a lot of people were stealing her fruits, which jeopardized her chance to eat every day. Her wish was simple, an enchantment on her pear tree, so that it would trap anyone who stole from it until she decided to free them. The divine visitor granted her wish and took his leave. Time went by and she scolded many thieves, but soon realized that most of them were starving children. She decided to take it upon herself to feed and educate them, and soon became the pillar of a thriving new generation. Ever happy and generous, Madame Misery got so old her face looked like an elephant's knee. And then one day, death came for her. Death, following the protocol, inquired about her last request. I would like to eat one last pear from my tree, she said. Would you be kind enough to grab one for me? Death climbed into the tree and grabbed a pear, getting trapped in the process. The old lady decided to never let Death out of the trap, and since then, there has been misery in the world. The end. Right? What's the moral? Being selfless justifies being selfish later? Generosity begets misery? I don't know, it's just a fairy tale for kids. I thought the idea of death trapped in a pear tree was interesting. There we go. We can upgrade. This one's good because sometimes enemies will drop a key charge upgrade. Or refill, not upgrade. And having so little key charge, sometimes that's helpful. I'll see if I can find an enemy who drops one. I'll show it off. There it was, and I was unable to show it. You'll just have to believe me that there was one. There. It's so hard to see. Dang it. I believe this is also like a challenge room. Yeah. Nothing difficult about this one. You just gotta ride the elevators up and down and avoid the one in the middle. Also, don't get squished. That is an instant death. I know from experience. For sure. Oh, key, power seal, and the doors open when we get here, so we have an easier way to get through instead of having to backtrack through the whole thing. We can just kind of. And we're off. We got our treasure, and we got out. Part of me wonders if I should go for the secret rooms at the very beginning, because a lot of them become a lot easier later. But also, I figure it's not that much of a deal if I do them now. Bam. Alright. Yes, falling platforms, right above spikes. Just a little secret room with some extra money, some health and key refills, which at this point are pretty unnecessary. The water traversal is a little rough still, but it's not all bad. There's a part later that makes it a whole lot. It feels a lot worse in the moment, but it's all right. Eventually, I remember this wall freaked me out the first time because it catches up to you and it stops like right here-ish, right? So like it won't get you if you get all the way to the end. But I straight up I missed the jump button when I was trying to jump through this platform my first playthrough, and I did that and ended up right here, and I straight up thought I was gonna die, which scared the crap out of me for no reason. I mean, like, it wouldn't have been a huge setback if I died there, but it's still, I was like, oh my god, you know. Ugh, unnecessary damage. You gotta love it. Yeah. I know. I don't know if this is a secret room as much as it's just sorry, my controller was doing some weird stuff there. Just a little extra enemy. Okay, yeah, hit. We gotta go this way. Ooh! Oh god, I did not mean to do that. I meant to just drop like I did, but it's not. Yeah, don't attempt to swim past those spikes on the first try. Stop in the middle. You're not quick enough to make it. That was risky. If I would have missed the bat, that could have been very bad. But I believe we're getting close to the end of the catacombs. Right? I'm trying to remember. The game is a little bit bigger than not than I give it credit for. It's bigger than you would expect, is what I was trying to say. But it is pretty good. Each area takes about 30 minutes in this first part of the game, which helps a lot considering that's kind of the time I'm hoping to keep the episodes. So we're maybe not including the boss fight, just a little bit about halfway through. All right, new enemy. This wizard guy teleports around, shoots little clusters of magic at us. Not 100% sure what to call the magic. These little orbs, I guess. But he takes 2 hits to kill. I hit him twice in rapid succession, so he died. Cutscene. Oh, yeah, it's the Necromancer coming back. Bam, 3 of them. So, yeah, not difficult. If you hit them, they fall to the ground. If you hit them once, they fall to the ground, making them very easy to finish off. So overall, not a huge problem. A little annoying at times, especially in rooms where it can be difficult to get up to them when they spawn up in the corners and stuff. But really not bad, especially. Ooh, come on. You can, especially since you can just kind of hit their projectiles. I don't know what my controller is doing. I'm not gonna kill this guy. Every now and then, it's just forcing me to walk. I need to. Oopsie daisy. Duck under the spikes there. I feel like that probably shouldn't have ended that way. I think I probably landed on him. Save. Here's a fun part. The wall chases you. You could have seen that coming. The giant spikes. It's really not difficult to get out of this section. A little bit of parkour. Not too great. Nothing too crazy. Gotta work my way up this section of the catacombs. Up this tower-like area. I also like they emulated the effect of like old games, where like you can see the border at the top of the screen, where the background doesn't render in, but the enemy does, just like they did in old games. It's pretty cool. I don't think it was purposeful in the older games. I think it was just a hardware limitation, right? But like the fact that they tried to be so faithful to retro style that they kept something like that in is pretty interesting. And for now, we're just kind of roaming through the catacombs, doing our best to, you know, get to the boss, I suppose. Just doing what we can. It's oh, I did not know you couldn't hit the skeleton with the thing like that. I do try to get all these, like... Ooh! I got greedy. I shouldn't have gone for the health pot yet. Well, we died for the first time. Oh, a new customer. This is Coral, I think is his name. What happened? I almost died just there. Strictly speaking, you did. Huh? But how? My name's Quarble. Quarble. I was close. Quarble. At your service. I'm the one you never would have met if you had any skill. Yeah, my reaction exactly the first time I played this. In the game's defense, it's pretty funny. The gist of it is this. I have a magic ring that allows me to control space and time. So whenever you're about to die, I will appear to stop everything and teleport you back to the latest checkpoint. Okay, what's the catch? Well, for one, you will still feel the agonizing pain every single time. Great! Also, I'm keeping track of your debt in my little notepad. So I'll stick around to steal your loot until either we're even or I'm bored. Or until you fight a boss. He doesn't like bosses. I mean, I can let you die, if you prefer. Seems we have a deal. Glad we see eye to eye. Carry on then. Yep, so he'll just chase us around and he'll take all our monies we collect for all our cash, little time shards for a period of time. I don't know how many it is. I never checked. I know it's not enough that it's like a huge nuisance, but just making dumb mistakes all over the place. It's not a huge problem. Was my point. I'm just running around and collecting stuff. He'll leave eventually. Yep, see, there he goes. We got everything we needed to give to him. Now we can go back to collecting money for ourselves for our upgrades. And we'll, not make the same mistake I made last time and go this direction. Just stay away from this thing. Bam. Whoa! Gosh dang it. Alright, let me time this out. Here we go, here we go. I probably could have made it. It's fine. Yeah, I definitely made it. Horrible. What am I thinking? There's something. I should not have survived that, I don't think. I should have fallen on his legs. I'm trying to... Coral. What is... There's a character named Coral in something. I'm nearly positive of it. And I cannot think what it is. Here's the boss room. You can tell because key charge, portal, health. That's the way you can tell when there's a boss coming up. Here's we're back in the shop. I gotta check my controller. Is there something going on with it? Chat. Level boss. I believe you have reached the Necromancer's doorstep. Any advice? Very little is known about this villain. Okay, so no advice. Dodging anything that looks like evil magic would be a good start. Wow, great help. Well, I also recommend looking at my inventory for any useful upgrades. I really appreciate all the support. Look, the Necromancer's a newcomer. All we know for now is that he plans on taking over the world with his undead army. All we know? Sorry, I meant all I know. I'm totally on my own here. What do you want? Yeah. Foreshadowing is what we call that in the business. Underwater dash makes the underwater sections less slow, is basically all that does. It also lets you go against the currents, which is not necessary until later. Minimal spoilers. You need it. A lot of the upgrades are nice. The upgrade we just got is that, much like the key refresh thing, sometimes enemies will drop a little orb that refills one singular health. Just so you know what's going on. But we're off to fight the boss. And then we'll end the episode there. I was gonna do a couple of recordings, but I'm apparently tired, and I may have to stop it at just 2. And with this army of undead, everyone will soon fear the mighty Ruxton. Ahem. What now? We have a visitor. I don't have time for visitors. Well, he seems to have time for you. Oh great, just when you think you get to play with your evil lab. Do I have to remind you who's in charge here? Now say something threatening. Try not to embarrass us like you did last time. Oh, I've been practicing. Watch this. Alright, we're fighting the evil necromancer Ruxton, who's actually very short. Who dares enter my lair? Uh-oh. Is that the messenger? Looks like it. What do we do? Yeah, his staff is the evil one. Steal the scroll, of course. Good plan. On guard! Face the mighty might of Ruxton the Great! So yes, he will shoot stuff at us, which, if you have the anti-projectiles upgrade, is so trivial. Then he shoots a laser down from the skull, you hit him to knock him down once, and then, hit him, knock him down once, and then, yeah, hit him a couple more times. This attack is deceptively difficult to dodge, because sometimes you feel like the bolts should hit the thing, but it's moving so they don't hit the skull platform. And sometimes you feel like the bolts should hit the floor and they hit the platform. It's just a little deceptive. I have found myself getting hit more than once in instances where I really felt like I shouldn't have. Again, not a super difficult boss. First ones aren't really that bad for the early game, you know. I yield. Wait, I don't. It's over. This evil thing clearly is not working out for us, no matter how many skulls we slap onto ourselves. Any suggestions then? I'm listening. I don't know, just something else. Like what? Introspection would be a good start. What has all this brought us, really? Ridiculous. I'm sticking to evil. Oh yeah? And how are you going to accomplish anything if I'm not carrying you? Well, I could. That's a good point, actually. It's settled then. Carry on, messenger. We promise not to cause the world any harm. That's it. We got him. And we can talk to this guy. It just says the same thing, I believe. Yeah. But yeah. He's a fun character. The reveal of him being short was it's hilarious. On the first go through, and no one's expecting it. Why would you expect him to be half the size of the robe that's flowing behind him? It's good. Well, that is the end of the catacombs. We've made it to Bamboo Creek, and I'm thinking it's probably be the end of the recording session. Just gonna. Well, no, because it saves in between areas. We cannot go back, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, no, we're stuck here now. So, thank you all. Thank you all for joining me on this second episode of The Messenger. We're about to get into Bamboo Creek, which is difficult for reasons that are slightly annoying to me, but it's fine. I don't hate this area. I just have a bit of a grudge against it. We'll get to we'll go through the third area in the next episode, and yeah, have a good weekend whenever this is uploaded. I'll see you guys around. Well, come back to the next episode of The Messenger whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Come back when it's uploaded, preferably. But I'll see you guys around. I hope you guys are having just as much fun with this series as I am. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.